Good evening. Welcome in to Ham Shack TV. I'm your host, Josh. Let's get started. Well, let's not show that again. Y'all don't want to sit through another countdown. Hey, good evening, everybody. Welcome into Ham Shack TV. I'm your host, Josh, AA4WX. Hope everybody's doing okay tonight. We're going to get ready to work a little HF here. What you're seeing on the right-hand side, and you're probably hearing now, is my 7300. So I'm going to pull this over here, get this out of the way. We're going to share the screen. There we go. All right. Let's work some HF. Anybody out there? Oh, we got some QSB on the frequency we were on the other night.
¿Qué te parece, Manny?
Got some strong DX
Claro, tú
coming
siempre
in.
tan optimista.
Don't know Spanish, can't help you. 7190. Okay, not hearing anybody there. I'll just check my audio here, make sure it sounds okay on the stream. Somebody's in the chat wants to let me know if it sounds okay, let me know. Check, 1, 2. Alright, let's pull the radio down just a smidge. Alright, that ought to fix that. Then I'm going to take my audio and boost it up just a little bit. It's about as good as it gets. Good evening, welcome into Ham Shack TV. I see some folks joining in. We're working a little HF here. Let's see what we can get. Hello, it's the frequency in use. This is AA4WX. Hello, it's the frequency in use. This is AA4WX. Alright, hearing nothing. Let's go.
CQ, Alpha 4, Whiskey X-Ray, live streaming on YouTube as Ham Shack TV. CQ, calling for contact.
7190, folks.
Alpha 4, Whiskey X-Ray, live streaming on YouTube for Ham Shack TV, calling CQ and standing by. CQ, Alpha 4, Whiskey X-Ray, live streaming on YouTube as Ham Shack TV. CQ, calling for contacts. This is Alpha 4, Whiskey X-Ray, live streaming on YouTube for Ham Shack TV, calling CQ and standing by. CQ, Alpha 4, Whiskey X-Ray, live streaming on YouTube as Ham Shack TV. CQ, calling for contacts. This is Alpha 4 Whiskey X-Ray, live streaming on YouTube for Ham
everybody's
Shack
doing well.
TV,
Get in the chat. Let me know who's
CQ
watching.
And standing by. CQ, Alpha 4 Whiskey X-Ray, live streaming on YouTube has Ham Shack TV. CQ, calling for contacts. This is Alpha 4 Whiskey X-Ray, live streaming on YouTube for Ham Shack TV.
Who's all here?
Calling
Get in the
CQ
chat.
and
Let me know.
standing by. CQ, Alpha 4 Whiskey X-Ray, live streaming on YouTube has Ham Shack TV. CQ, calling for contacts. This is Alpha 4 Whiskey X-Ray, live streaming on YouTube for Ham Shack TV. Calling CQ and standing by.
Echo 2, Delta Papa Kilo.
Kilo Echo 2 Delta Papa Kilo. Is that right?
QSL, you have Mike here in New York, and I have you 5x7.
Hey, Roger, Mike. I got you here in the log. I've got you at about a 5'9" here into Eastern Tennessee. We're live streaming on YouTube right now on Ham Shack TV there, over.
QSL. I'm sorry, I didn't catch the handle again. And by the way, now your signal just went up to a 5'9". QSL?
Wonderful, wonderful. Name on this end is Josh, Juliet Oscar Sierra Hotel.
QSL, Josh. And if you wouldn't mind if I could have the call sign one more time.
Roger, it's Alpha 4 Whiskey X-Ray, always asking for weather.
There you go. I like to use the Delta Papa Kilo as definitely a POTA killer.
I certainly understand that. Well, hope it's all going well for you. We're just hanging out here on the live stream and trying to work up some contacts there, over.
QSL. I'll take a look at the live stream. Is it just look it up on YouTube via your call sign?
No, look up Ham Shack TV. Ham Shack TV.
QSL on the Ham Shack TV. All right, Josh, thank you for answering my call. You have yourself a great weekend, and hope to catch you again soon. Alpha 4 Whiskey X-Ray, Kilo Echo 2, Delta Papa Kilo.
Kilo Echo 2, Delta Papa Kilo. All right, Mike. Appreciate it. And we'll hope to work you again later on down log 73. This is Alpha 4 Whiskey X-Ray, live streaming on YouTube, Ham Shack TV, calling QRZ, standing by for contacts.
This is Kilo Foxtrot 2, Zulu in New York.
I heard Kilo Foxtrot 2, Zulu, and lost the last two.
Yes, Kilo Foxtrot 2, Zulu in New York. Chloe.
Oh, okay. It's just a Zulu. I thought I missed something there. I got Brian in New York. QSL?
QSL, who do I have?
Roger. You have Josh, Juliet Oscar Sierra Hotel. Call sign is Alpha 4 Whiskey X-Ray. My location is Maryville, Tennessee, just in the shadow of the Great Smoky Mountains. We're live streaming on my YouTube channel, Ham Shack TV there, over.
I got part of that. I didn't get your name and your call, please.
Name is Josh, Juliet Oscar Sierra Hotel, and the call sign is Alpha 4 Whiskey X-Ray.
Alpha 4 Whiskey X-Ray. Nice to meet you. This is Brian in southeastern New York. You're doing about a 5x6 here.
Roger, Brian. I've got you about the same here in Tennessee there, over.
Roger that. I'm going to pull up your call in QRZ right now.
Yeah, Roger. Yep, you'll also find a link to the YouTube channel where we're live streaming right there right now as well.
Hey, Josh, I have you here, and I see, Ham Shack TV. Okay, that sounds great. How are you?
Oh, we're doing fine. Just a little bit of experimenting here, trying to work up some viewers here on the live stream. I know there's several YouTubers that work HF and live stream, so we're just working to build a little bit of an audience on there.
QSL. I'm looking at your QRZ profile right now, and very interesting, Josh.
Well, I appreciate that. Yeah, we've got a lot on there. That's 15 years worth of ham stuff, I guess you might say, all vomited out on the one page.
I have a few things here I'm interested in. Do you create YouTube videos?
Yeah, Roger, I have a YouTube channel. So I do all the content creation on there, and we just try to have a good time, put out engaging content and that kind of stuff. We actually have attended 3 ham fests on there, and we're looking to increase that this year. Last year we went to the Huntsville Ham Fest and created quite a bit of content for it, and then we also did the East Tennessee Ham Fest and the Chattanooga Ham Fest. Both of those are much smaller than Huntsville, but this year we're planning on doing Hamvention there in Ohio, and also going to do Huntsville again and a few other smaller ham fests. But those seem like what people like to watch. They like to watch those ham fest videos, so we enjoy it. And you know, as new technology and ham radio comes out, we like to review it and talk about it and that kind of stuff there.
QSL, yeah, you have a wonderful QRZ profile. I'm going to go ahead and read it through and even go ahead and look at your YouTube channel. So I want to thank you very much for the quick contact. I don't know if I gave you your signal report. You're doing a 5x6 here in New York.
Hey, Roger. Yep, I got that, and I got the same for you here, 5x6.
Okay, well, I want to wish you a good weekend. I want to go ahead and look through your, wow, you have a really nice QRZ page. I want to go ahead and look at that and watch your YouTube videos, and I wish you a very good weekend. Nice speaking with you.
Hey, Roger, I absolutely appreciate it, and I hope you enjoy what you see there, and I'm good on QRZ if you ever want to shoot me an email or anything. So we'll say 7-3, and hope to work you again down the log there sometime. Kilo Fox 2, Zulu. This is Alpha 4, Whiskey X-Ray.
Thank you very, very much, Alpha Fox Whiskey X-Ray. Much appreciated. This is KF2ZZ, wishing you 73s and a wonderful weekend.
7-3 is good DX. QRZ, live streaming on YouTube. This is Ham Shack TV. Call sign Alpha 4 Whiskey X-Ray. Live streaming on YouTube, Ham Shack TV. Calling for contacts, QRZ.
CQ, Alpha.
Don't know if we'll recommend like we did the other night. Let me know who's all watching. I got a couple people watching here, and let me know who's watching the stream.
Calling for contacts. This is Alpha 4 Whiskey X-Ray. Live streaming on YouTube for Ham Shack TV. Calling CQ and standing by. CQ, Alpha 4 Whiskey X-Ray. Live streaming on YouTube has Ham Shack TV. CQ, calling for contacts. This is Alpha 4 Whiskey X-Ray. Live streaming on YouTube for Ham Shack TV. Calling CQ and standing by.
Hope everybody watching's doing good tonight.
CQ, Alpha 4 Whiskey X-Ray. Live streaming on YouTube has Ham Shack TV. CQ, calling for contacts. This is Alpha 4 Whiskey X-Ray. Live streaming on YouTube for Ham Shack TV. Calling CQ and standing by. CQ, Alpha 4 Whiskey X-Ray. Live streaming on YouTube has Ham Shack TV. CQ, calling for contacts. This is Alpha 4 Whiskey X-Ray. Live streaming on YouTube for Ham Shack TV. Calling CQ and standing by. CQ, Alpha 4 Whiskey X-Ray. Live streaming on YouTube has Ham Shack TV. CQ, calling for contacts. This is Alpha 4 Whiskey X-Ray. Live streaming on YouTube for Ham Shack TV. Calling CQ and standing by. CQ, Alpha 4, Whiskey X-Ray, live streaming on YouTube, has Ham Shack TV. CQ, calling for contacts. This is Alpha 4, Whiskey X-Ray, live streaming on YouTube for Ham Shack TV, calling CQ and standing by. CQ, Alpha
Got some QSB
4,
running
Whiskey
up on
X-Ray,
us.
live streaming on YouTube, has Ham Shack TV. CQ, calling for contacts. This is Alpha 4, Whiskey X-Ray, live streaming on YouTube
Evening.
for Ham Shack
See
TV.
several of you
calling
joining. Appreciate you
CQ
being
and
here at Ham
standing
Shack TV. Hanging out on a late night stream here. Coming up on midnight Eastern time here where I'm at. I got a new video just posted just a little while ago. Top 5 innovations in ham radio in 2025. Go check it out after you're done with me here. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button down below. Certainly helps the channel. We also have channel memberships available. So go check that out as well. Any way you can support the channel, it's great. Might have to QSY here in a minute. That QSB gets any louder. Let me know who's in the chat. Say hello. We also have super chats available if you want to support the channel that way.
CQ, calling for contacts. This is Alpha 4, Whiskey X-Ray, live streaming on YouTube for Ham Shack TV, calling CQ and standing by.
Kilowatt Germany 2, November Tango.
Kilowatt Germany 2, November Tango. Is that right?
Yep, Roger. Name is Ken, Kilowatt Echo November. You're 5 and 5 in Central New York, over.
Hey, Roger Ken, got you 5-9 down here in East Tennessee. Appreciate the 5 and 5 there on your end. Got you in the log here, Kilo Golf 2, November Tango. Call sign on this end is Alpha 4 Whiskey X-Ray, and name is Josh, Juliet Oscar Sierra Hotel. And we are live streaming on YouTube right now on Ham Shack TV. There, over.
Okay, very good. Yeah, the name is Ken, Kilowatt Echo November. Up at in Central New York, southeast corner of Lake Ontario. You're up to a 5 and 7 now. I won't hold you. Let others get in there. We'll say 7-3. This is KG2 NP.
Roger Ken, appreciate you making contact with me. Got you in the log. Look forward to working you again another time. 7-3s, my friend, and good DX. QRZ for Ham Shack TV, live streaming on YouTube. This is Alpha 4 Whiskey X-Ray.
CQ,
A little sparse, y'all.
Whiskey X-Ray, live streaming on YouTube.
Expect better on
TV.
What is tonight?
CQ,
Friday
calling
night.
for contacts. This is Alpha 4 Whiskey X-Ray, live streaming on YouTube for Ham Shack TV, calling CQ and standing by. CQ,
So I did a little relocation today. I've been noticing my Wi-Fi has been crappy in my garage and living room. So relocated my AT&T gateway. I have gig fiber with AT&T. Relocated it in the office rather than our bedroom, so that it would serve the central part of the house more than it would just this side of the house over here. Over here. And had a little bit of trouble because I run my Mac. Yes, I'm a Mac guy. I run my Mac on Ethernet. And had trouble getting it back on the network. Finally got it though. But hopefully the Wi-Fi spreads better throughout the house now. Anybody got anything cool to say? Nobody's gotten in the chat today. What's going on, people?
This is Alpha 4 Whiskey X-Ray, live streaming on YouTube for Ham Shack TV, calling CQ and standing by. CQ.
Pretty quiet. Pretty quiet today.
Live streaming on YouTube has Ham Shack
If you're
TV.
interested in making contact with me, I'm working, as you can see in the crawl down below, we're on lower sideband, 40 meters, 7.190, or 7.190.
Calling CQ and standing by. CQ, Alpha 4, Whiskey X-Ray, live streaming on YouTube has Ham Shack TV. CQ, calling for contacts. This is Alpha 4, Whiskey X-Ray, live streaming on YouTube for Ham Shack TV, calling CQ and standing by. CQ, Alpha 4.
And hope
Whiskey
everybody's
X-Ray,
doing
live
good. See
streaming
some
on
folks
YouTube
popping
at
in and
Ham
out.
Shack TV. CQ, calling for
Jump in the chat. Let me know who's all here.
Alpha 4, Whiskey X-Ray, live streaming on YouTube for Ham Shack TV, calling CQ and standing by.
Anybody in the chat plan on going to
CQ,
Dayton
Alpha
in May?
4, Whiskey X-Ray, live streaming on YouTube has Ham Shack TV. CQ, calling for contacts. This is Alpha 4, Whiskey X-Ray, live streaming on YouTube for Ham Shack TV, calling CQ and standing by.
Oh, too quiet.
CQ,
Too
Alpha
quiet.
4, Whiskey X-Ray, live streaming on YouTube has Ham Shack TV. CQ, calling for contacts. This is Alpha 4, Whiskey X-Ray, live streaming on YouTube for Ham Shack TV, calling CQ and standing by. CQ, Alpha 4, Whiskey X-Ray, live streaming on
Several
YouTube
of you jumping
at
in
Ham
now.
Shack TV.
Somebody's going to jump in this chat in a minute.
CQ, calling for contacts. This is Alpha 4, Whiskey X-Ray, live streaming on YouTube for Ham Shack TV, calling CQ and standing by. CQ, Alpha 4, Whiskey X-Ray, live streaming on
Love reading
YouTube
some of the
at Ham Shack
comments
TV.
and some of the videos I post. I
CQ,
clearly say,
calling
like the
for
one that just
contacts.
posted
This
earlier,
is Alpha
I
4,
clearly
Whiskey
say
X-Ray,
this is a
live
teaser
streaming on
video
YouTube
that
for Ham Shack
we're going to
TV,
talk about this
calling
stuff more in
CQ and
detail
standing by.
in a later video, and they comment, hone in on it, show us more. Well, that's why.
CQ, Alpha 4, Whiskey X-Ray, live streaming on YouTube has Ham Shack TV. CQ, calling for contacts. This is Alpha 4, Whiskey X-Ray, live streaming on YouTube for Ham Shack TV, calling CQ and standing by. CQ, Alpha 4, Whiskey X-Ray, live streaming on YouTube has Ham Shack TV. CQ, calling for contacts. This is Alpha 4, Whiskey X-Ray, live streaming on YouTube for Ham Shack TV, calling CQ and standing by. CQ, Alpha 4, Whiskey X-Ray, live streaming on YouTube has Ham Shack TV.
So I'm investigating some folks,
CQ,
some things for you
calling
folks. So
for
just
contacts.
don't
This
think I'm
is
ignoring you.
Alpha 4, Whiskey
Jump in the
X-Ray,
chat.
live
Since
streaming
we
on YouTube
were able to
for
get the
Ham
super
Shack
chat
TV,
thing
calling CQ and
recently,
standing
there's
by.
a lot more details to it. So I'm looking to see if there's some stuff I can do, maybe some giveaways of some sort.
CQ, Alpha 4, Whiskey X-Ray, live streaming on YouTube has Ham Shack TV. CQ, calling for contacts. This is Alpha 4, Whiskey X-Ray, live streaming on YouTube for Ham Shack TV.
There
calling
is some
CQ
stuff I
and
can
standing
do.
by.
There is some stuff I can do. Remember I was telling you how we have channel memberships?
CQ, Alpha 4,
I
Whiskey
can
X-Ray, live streaming on
gift
YouTube
some of
at
those
Ham Shack
channel
TV.
memberships.
CQ,
Like I can give them
calling
away
for
free.
contacts. This is Alpha 4,
The
Whiskey
thing is,
X-Ray,
I need to
live
see some
streaming on
engagement
YouTube
in
for
the
Ham
chat.
Shack TV, calling
Maybe some
CQ
super
and
chats
standing
or
by.
just regular chats. That would be awesome. But jump in the chat and engage with me, folks.
CQ.
Let's talk.
Alpha 4, Whiskey X-Ray, live streaming
I'm
on
able
YouTube
to
at
give,
Ham Shack
according to
TV.
YouTube terms, I'm able to gift 10 channel memberships free of charge.
Alpha 4, Whiskey
So
X-Ray, live streaming on YouTube
let's
for
keep that
Ham
in
Shack
mind.
TV, calling CQ and standing by.
Gotta engage with me, though.
CQ, Alpha 4, Whiskey X-Ray.
Appreciate
live
everybody's
streaming on
tuning in,
YouTube
though.
Has Ham Shack TV. CQ,
Appreciate you
CQ,
guys being
calling
here.
for contacts. This is Alpha 4 Whiskey X-Ray, live streaming on YouTube for Ham Shack TV, calling CQ and standing by. CQ, Alpha 4 Whiskey X-Ray, live streaming on YouTube has Ham Shack TV. CQ, calling for contacts. This
Nine
is
of you
Alpha,
watching
Alpha
live.
4
Appreciate
Whiskey
you being here.
X-Ray, live streaming on
Jump in the
YouTube
chat, let me
for
know
Ham
who's here,
Shack
who's
TV,
watching.
calling CQ and standing by.
If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button down below. Helps the channel grow.
CQ, Alpha 4 Whiskey X-Ray, live streaming on YouTube has Ham Shack TV. CQ, calling for contacts. This is Alpha 4 Whiskey X-Ray, live streaming on YouTube for Ham Shack TV, calling CQ and standing by. CQ, Alpha 4 Whiskey X-Ray, live streaming on YouTube has Ham Shack TV. CQ, calling for contacts. This is Alpha 4 Whiskey X-Ray, live streaming on YouTube for Ham Shack TV, calling CQ and standing by.
Kilo Fox 4, Ocean Mary.
That copy, Kilo Fox 4, Ocean Mary.
That is correct. You're 5-9 here in South Florida. 5-9 South Florida. Handle is Rudy. Roger, Uniform Delta India. Over.
Hey, Roger, Rudy. Got you at about a 5-9 here into Eastern Tennessee. Name on this end is Josh, Juliet Oscar Sierra Hotel. And again, I'm in Eastern Tennessee, just below Knoxville. And we're live streaming right now on YouTube on Ham Shack TV there, over.
Roger, this is KF4OM. I'm going to have to say 73 to you. Thanks for the contact. There's a lot of pure Nancy here, and you're fading in and out. So I'll say 73. Thank you for the contact.
All righty, 73, my friend. Hope you have a good one and good DX. QRZ for Ham Shack TV, live streaming on YouTube. This is Alpha 4 Whiskey Action. I can't believe 10 of you are watching live and not a single person's got in the chat. What's going on, people?
YouTube has Ham Shack TV. CQ, calling for contacts. This is Alpha 4 Whiskey X-Ray, live streaming on YouTube for Ham Shack TV, calling CQ and standing by.
This is Kilo Alpha 1 Victor Delta Victor.
Was there a Kilo Alpha 1?
QSL, Kilo Alpha 1 Victor Delta Victor. You're 5-8 Victor Tango.
Kilo Alpha 1 Victor Delta Victor David in Vermont. Got you 5-9 here into Tennessee. Tango November, just south of Knoxville. And name on this end is Josh, Juliet Oscar Sierra Hotel. And we are live streaming on YouTube on Ham Shack TV right now, over.
QSL, yeah, sounds like fun. Hope you have a good time. I just happened to be out in the shack for a few minutes and flipped on the radio and heard you calling CQ, so I figured I'd give you an answer.
All righty, my friend. Well, appreciate you being there and appreciate you coming back to me there, over.
Okay, thanks a lot for picking up my call and good luck.
All righty, 73 and good DX. QRZ for Ham Shack TV, live streaming on YouTube. This is Alpha 4 Whiskey X-Ray. Bands are quiet.
CQ,
Chat's quiet.
Alpha
I think
4
everybody's
Whiskey
gone to bed.
X-Ray,
What do y'all
live
think?
streaming on YouTube has Ham Shack TV. CQ, calling for contacts. This is Alpha 4 Whiskey X-Ray, live streaming on YouTube for Ham Shack TV, calling CQ and standing by.
Alpha Whiskey X-Ray. Here's November Foxtrot 2, Quebec.
November Foxtrot 2, Quebec. Emmanuel in New York, QSL.
QSL, that's me.
Roger. I got you 5-9 down here in East Tennessee. Name on this end is Josh, Juliet Oscar Sierra Hotel, and we are live streaming on YouTube, Ham Shack TV there, over.
Oh, well, very neat.
switch the amplifier over to this ICOM 7200, I can remote into this from anywhere. So I thought it'd be neat to have be able to remote in and have some power. So I haven't been on this radio much, but now I will be. And I don't know, it's midnight here. I think we're in the same time zone, right?
At QSL, yeah, it's working marvelously. 12:12 Eastern time on my time. With you being in New York, you're definitely Eastern too. There.
Yep, definitely. Yeah, I had to do a bunch of stuff, hook up the ALC circuit, make sure that I wasn't overdriving it. This Mercury 3S, it's you got to make sure I don't put too much power into it because it's expensive to fix. Over.
Roger. Well, matter of fact, I did a video on the YouTube channel tonight. It seems like this remote operation thing's getting more and more popular as we speak. I'll be looking into potentially getting into that myself. I know I've been able to do FT8 remotely, but I'd like to learn how to do voice remotely. That would be cool. So we'll be looking more into that as the year goes on there.
Yeah, with the ICOM, it was pretty simple. Of course, I had to purchase the ICOM software, but it uses my own computer as a server. And I just set it up, ran it, set it up on the laptop as as a client, and I was able to connect via the internet, set up port forwarding in my router, and it worked perfectly. Very small perceivable delay.
Oh, that's marvelous. And you're right. You're just running, I think, 7200, if I'm not mistaken. That's an older version of the 7300. Is that right?
Yeah, I'm losing you. The band shifting here. You're down to about an F2. But yeah, the 7200 is a rugged radio. Nice receiver, though. It's not SDR. It's old school, triple conversion. So it does a really nice job. Over.
Oh, yeah. Roger. Okay. Yeah, I'm running the 7300 myself here. But I understand the band conditions are jumping around. They were doing that the other night as well. So it won't tie you up there. Appreciate you coming back, and I got you in the log there. And good cue, so.
All right, I'm losing you here. So I'll say 73. The top about half of your last two. So what happened to the band, I don't know. So 73, this is an FTQ.
Roger, my friend. 73, appreciate the cue, so have a good evening. QRZ, this is Alpha 4, Whiskey X-Ray, live streaming on YouTube, Ham Shack TV, calling QRZ for contacts.
CQ, Alpha 4, Whiskey X-Ray, live streaming on YouTube, has Ham Shack TV. CQ, calling for contacts. This is Alpha 4, Whiskey X-Ray, live streaming on YouTube for Ham Shack TV, calling CQ and standing by.
6 contacts. Who's watching? Anybody out there?
CQ, Alpha 4, Whiskey X-Ray, live streaming on YouTube, has Ham Shack TV. CQ, calling for contacts. This is Alpha 4, Whiskey X-Ray, live streaming on YouTube for Ham Shack TV, calling CQ and standing by. CQ, Alpha 4, Whiskey X-Ray, live streaming on YouTube, has Ham Shack TV. CQ, calling for contacts. This is Alpha 4, Whiskey X-Ray, live streaming on YouTube for Ham Shack TV, calling CQ and standing by.
I don't know if the band's working in our favor tonight now.
Alpha 4, Whiskey X-Ray, live streaming on YouTube, has Ham Shack TV. CQ, calling for contacts. This is Alpha 4, Whiskey X-Ray, live streaming on YouTube for Ham Shack TV, calling CQ and standing by. CQ, Alpha 4, Whiskey X-Ray, live streaming on YouTube, has Ham Shack TV. CQ, calling for contacts. This is Alpha 4, Whiskey X-Ray, live streaming on YouTube for Ham Shack TV, calling CQ and standing by.
About 35 minutes in so far. Guys, I do want to remind you, This Week in Amateur Radio is your podcast
Alpha 4
for
Whiskey X-ray. Live
amateur radio
streaming on
news and
YouTube
information.
as Hamshack TV.
You can get it anywhere that podcasts are
calling
available.
for contacts. This
And,
is Alpha
I'm actually a news
Alpha 4
anchor
Whiskey
for
X-ray.
This
Live
Week in
streaming
Amateur
on
Radio, so go
YouTube
check
for
it out.
Hamshack TV.
This
calling
Week in
CQ
Amateur Radio,
and standing
Apple
by.
Podcast, you name it, it's out there. Spotify,
CQ,
just wherever you get your
Alpha 4
podcast.
Whiskey X-ray. Live streaming on YouTube
Did a
as Hamshack
podcast
TV.
tonight. It should be published sometime tomorrow evening.
Calling for contacts. This
So go
is
check it out.
Alpha
Make it your
4
first
Whiskey
listen.
X-ray. Live streaming on YouTube for Hamshack TV. Calling CQ and standing by. CQ, Alpha 4 Whiskey X-ray. Live streaming on YouTube as Hamshack TV. CQ, calling
Maybe someone
for
here is
contacts.
watching
This is Alpha
the stream
4
and
Whiskey X-ray. Live
you,
streaming on YouTube for
are just
Hamshack
getting interested in
TV.
ham
Calling
radio.
CQ and standing by.
Kind of seeing what it's all about. Ham radio is just so much fun. I enjoy it a lot. That's why I put so much time into this
Alpha
YouTube
4
channel,
Whiskey X-ray. Live
to
streaming
share
on
the
YouTube
information
as
out there.
Hamshack TV. CQ,
Hamshack
calling for
TV has
contacts.
a
This is
partnership
Alpha
with
4
Ham Radio
Whiskey
Prep.
X-ray.
HamRadioPrep.com
Live streaming on
is a
YouTube for
great
Hamshack
source for
TV. Calling CQ
courses
and
to
standing
take
by.
to learn the stuff it takes to get your technician license, your general license, or your extra class license. There are three
CQ,
different classes
Alpha
of ham
4
radio
Whiskey
license. I have
X-ray.
the
Live
highest
streaming
class,
on
which is the
YouTube
X-ray.
as Hamshack TV.
Everybody has to start from the
CQ,
technician
calling for
license and go to
contacts.
general,
This
then go
is
to
Alpha
extra.
4 Whiskey
If you
X-ray. Live
are
streaming on
interested in getting
YouTube
your
for
ham radio
Hamshack
license or
TV.
looking
Calling
to upgrade,
CQ and
make
standing
Ham
by.
Radio Prep your first click. Go check it out. HamRadioPrep.com. Use coupon code HamshackTV for an additional 10%
Alpha 4
off.
Whiskey X-ray.
They're
Live
already
streaming on
fantastic
YouTube
prices.
as Hamshack TV. CQ, calling for contacts. This is Alpha 4 Whiskey X-ray. Live streaming on YouTube for Hamshack TV. Calling CQ and standing by. CQ, Alpha 4 Whiskey X-ray. Live streaming on YouTube as Hamshack TV. CQ, calling for contacts. This is Alpha 4 Whiskey X-ray. Live streaming on YouTube for Hamshack TV. Calling CQ and standing by. CQ, Alpha 4 Whiskey X-ray. Live streaming on YouTube as
Finally,
Hamshack
somebody
TV.
jumps in the chat.
CQ,
Ed's here,
calling
W7EDM.
for contacts.
Says
This is
trying from
Alpha
7 land
4
on his
Whiskey
brand new
X-ray. Live streaming
FT710.
on YouTube.
710's a great radio. I used to have
CQ
one.
and standing by.
Nothing wrong with it. Just decided to get into the ICOM ecosystem and got me a
Alpha
7300.
Whiskey
For me,
X-ray.
I
Live
love it.
streaming on
It's
YouTube
just
as Hamshack TV.
the easy use is there,
CQ,
but there's nothing wrong with
calling
any
for
Yaesu
contacts.
radio. I'm a
This
big
is
fan of
Alpha
Yaesu as
4
well.
Whiskey X-ray.
But
Live streaming on YouTube
we're listening for you, Ed.
Hamshack
If you can get in
TV.
there.
Calling CQ and standing by.
I hear a Whiskey Delta 6, was it? Okay, we might have to go through this a couple times. It's a little weak. Whiskey Bravo 6, Delta Kilo QSL? That's what we got, Ed. Or Ed. I was talking to an Ed on the live stream. Looks like we got Brooks in California. QSL? Okay, I'm getting you at about a 4x5. We're in East Tennessee. Did not copy your signal report. I heard the 5, but I didn't hear the last character. We're live streaming right now on YouTube on Hamshack TV. They're over.
Okay, very good. Well, that's fine. I heard you call me too. I thought I would come back and give you a signal report. Major is good. Baker Romeo officer on the patrol here, and I think he already got that by the lookout. Anyway, 7 degrees and good luck tonight.
All right, right, my friend. Appreciate you reaching out there. 73 and good DX. Hopefully we'll work you again later on down the log. QRZ for Ham Shack TV. This is Alpha 4 Whiskey X-Ray. Live streaming on YouTube. Ham Shack TV. And that was our seventh contact of the night.
Alpha 4 Whiskey X-Ray. Live streaming on YouTube has Ham Shack TV. CQ, calling for
well, Ed, if he got in there from California, hopefully we can get some luck in the 7 lane
on
there.
YouTube for Ham Shack TV, calling CQ.
Here in New York really nicely. Florida's out there. I've heard them. A lot of contacts from New York.
Alpha 4 Whiskey X-Ray. Live streaming on YouTube has Ham Shack TV. CQ, calling for contacts. This is Alpha 4 Whiskey X-Ray.
See several people joining in. Welcome to Ham Shack TV. Appreciate you being here. I'm Josh, AA4WX. Jump in the chat. Let me know who's watching. Where you watching from? If you're Ham, let me know your call sign, that kind of stuff. We'll shout you out. New to the channel, we now have super chats available. If you feel like supporting the channel, what we're doing here on Ham Shack TV, feel free to use that super chat button. It is the flashing green button down in the lower right-hand corner next to where you would submit your chat messages. Also have channel memberships available too. You can access those channel memberships next to the subscribe button down below. And if you're not subscribed, that's the first thing you should do. Subscribe to Ham Shack TV.
CQ, calling for contacts. This is
got a lot of great stuff coming up in 2025. Looking forward to the Dayton Hamvention. It'll be the first trip I've ever made up there, and we're taking you along with us. So looking forward to some great content coming from Dayton. Got Dayton coming up, and then Huntsville again in August.
Alpha 4
a few other local Hamfest around about. So we're looking forward to it. And we're taking you all with us to every one of them. That's the whole reason we do it.
X-Ray. Live streaming on YouTube for Ham Shack TV. Calling CQ and standing by. CQ, Alpha 4 Whiskey X-Ray. Live streaming on YouTube has Ham Shack TV. CQ, calling for contacts. This is Alpha 4 Whiskey X-Ray. Live streaming on YouTube for Ham Shack TV. Calling CQ and standing by. CQ, Alpha 4 Whiskey X-Ray. Live streaming on YouTube has Ham Shack TV. CQ, calling for contacts. This is Alpha 4 Whiskey X-Ray. Live streaming on YouTube for Ham Shack TV. Calling CQ and standing by. CQ, Alpha 4 Whiskey X-Ray. Live streaming on YouTube has Ham Shack TV. CQ, calling for contacts. This is Alpha 4 Whiskey X-Ray. Live streaming on YouTube for Ham Shack TV. Calling CQ and standing by. CQ, Alpha 4 Whiskey X-Ray. Live streaming on YouTube has Ham Shack TV. CQ, calling for contacts. This is Alpha 4 Whiskey X-Ray. Live streaming on YouTube for Ham Shack TV. Calling CQ and standing by. CQ, Alpha 4 Whiskey X-Ray. Live streaming on YouTube has Ham Shack TV. CQ, calling for contacts. This is Alpha 4 Whiskey X-Ray. Live streaming on YouTube for Ham Shack TV. Calling CQ and standing by.
All right, y'all. So I just set a goal for something here. Let's get some engagement going. Let's give y'all a challenge. What do you think about that? Let's do this.
Live streaming on YouTube.
All right, so you can see over in the chat, we have a goal in place. 5 super chats. Doesn't matter what the value is, 5 super chats. And I will gift 5 memberships to somebody watching. 5 channel memberships. So if we can do 5 super chats, doesn't matter the amount,
Alpha 4 Whiskey
I will
X-Ray.
gift
Live streaming on
5
YouTube
random
has Ham
people
Shack
in
TV.
the audience tonight
CQ,
memberships to the channel.
This is Alpha 4 Whiskey
Do it.
X-Ray. Live
See
streaming
if it
on
works.
YouTube for Ham Shack TV. Calling CQ.
Channel
and
memberships, if
standby.
you're not familiar, they give you access to special emojis, things like that. Also, certain perks you can see if you click down the join button down below the video.
On YouTube has Ham Shack
You'll
TV.
see the different
CQ,
perks of being a
CQ,
member of
CQ.
Ham Shack
Calling for
TV.
contacts. This is Alpha 4 Whiskey X-Ray. Live streaming on YouTube for Ham Shack TV. Calling CQ and standing by.
It's so quiet now.
CQ, Alpha 4 Whiskey X-Ray. Live streaming on YouTube has Ham Shack TV. CQ, calling for contacts. This is Alpha 4 Whiskey X-Ray. Live streaming on YouTube for Ham Shack TV. Calling CQ and standing by. CQ, Alpha 4
There's
Whiskey
Brooks.
X-Ray. Live streaming on YouTube. has Ham Shack TV.
WB6EDK. Glad to make it to Tennessee. Have fun. Appreciate you being here, Brooks.
This is Alpha 4
Scotty's in the
Whiskey
house here as
X-Ray.
well.
Live streaming on YouTube for Ham Shack
KJ5IUU
TV.
watching. Appreciate
Calling
you being here,
CQ
Scotty.
and standing by. CQ,
Y'all are just
Alpha
tuning in.
4
We're
Whiskey
working
X-Ray. Live
40
streaming
meters,
on YouTube has Ham Shack TV.
7.190 lower side band.
CQ,
Try to
calling for
watch.
contacts. This
Or try to
is
talk.
Alpha 4 Whiskey X-Ray. Live streaming on YouTube
75
for Ham Shack
ohm
TV.
ham
Calling
says I
CQ
can't
and
break in
standing
if
by.
you keep TXing. There's a 5-second break in between the voice cues. Station calling. Call again.
Whiskey 5, Charlie, Bravo, Oscar.
Whiskey 5, Charlie, Bravo, Oscar. Looks like we have Dickie in Texas. QSL.
That's me, my friend. Looks like we have not worked before. I don't see you in QRZ, so in the logbook there. So good to meet you for the first time. Go ahead.
Hey, Roger, you're making it very easily here to Tennessee. We're in the eastern part of Tennessee. Got you 5 and 9 here in Maryville, Tennessee, just south of Knoxville there, over.
All right. Well, I'm here near Fort Worth, Texas. Very close to Fort Worth, Texas. So, anyway, that's the story. Just got on here and thought I'm trying out a radio and trying to, maybe get a few things adjusted a little bit. So you'll have to kind of bear with me a little bit. I'm trying to get this thing under control. It's a new Apache Labs Anon G2 that I just got here a few days ago for Christmas. So it's kind of my Christmas present. And trying to see how it's panning out on each band there. Josh, go ahead.
Roger, you're making it no problem. You see, audio sounds good, got good tonal quality. It's sounding pretty good. Matter of fact, if you're wanting to hear how it sounds, we are live streaming on YouTube. Just search Ham Shack TV and you'll see it there. And just go to about the 48-minute mark and you'll hear it.
Well, I will check that out in just a minute. That's all right. Have you made many contacts tonight?
Tonight's been a little slow. We did a live stream on New Year's Eve and made, I think 55 contacts. And we've been going here for about almost 50 minutes. And we've made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, about 8 contacts. So a little slow tonight, but doesn't seem like the band conditions have been in the greatest conditions there.
Yeah, they're not real good. Well, all right. Well, I'll tell you what else we're running here. It's the ACOM 1000, and I'm running right at about 1,000 watts. And the antenna is a Cushcraft. It's a Cushcraft XM240. And that's a 2-element 40-meter Yagi. It's up about 75 feet. So that's pretty much the whole rundown there. But if you say the audio sounds good, I will go back to YouTube, take a look at it, because I am curious if I've got the mic gain set good, if, I don't want too much noise in the background, and I want the EQ to be set where it's pleasant to listen to. So that's the deal there. Well, Josh, we'll let you run, make some more contacts. Thanks so much. And we'll hope to work you again real soon. Hope you make some other good ones tonight there. AA4WX from W5, Charlie, Bravo, Oscar, 730, buddy.
Boy, you sound like you have a wonderful setup. I could only dream of having something set up like that. Just to give you a quick background, I'm running a IC7300 with 100 watts right now, and we're running an NFET. Well, not an NFET. It's actually a tactical dipole up about 30 foot in a tree out in the front yard. So nothing too fancy, but it seems to be working. At least it's getting out to you in Texas there, over.
Well, I've got you at 5.9 plus 5, which is a darn good signal here on 40 meters this time of night.
I ain't going to complain about that. All right, brother. Appreciate you getting with me, and it's good talking to you and good making your acquaintance. I'll check out your QRZ here in a little while and see what you got on there. So we'll say 73 and wish you all the best and good DX there.
All right, have a good night, my friend, and Happy New Year to you, by the way. AA4WX, W5 Charlie, Bravo, Oscar, 73.
W5CBO, AA4WX, 73. QRZ for Ham Shack TV, live streaming on YouTube, AA4WX, Alpha 4, Whiskey X-Ray. It's all good, 75. Just somebody on there was complaining that it was too short the other night. It was 3 seconds then. I expanded it to 5 seconds. You got to have it tight, or otherwise somebody will come in there and jump right on top of you. So I run 5-second intervals.
CQ, Alpha
also
4,
saying I believe we're in a skip zone to each other. Can't hear you. Where are you located?
TV. CQ, calling for contacts. This is Alpha 4, Whiskey X-Ray, live streaming on YouTube for Ham Shack TV, calling CQ and standing by.
Remember, guys, we still have the challenge in place. If we get 5 super chats,
CQ,
I will be gifting
Alpha 4,
5 channel memberships, 5 random channel memberships to somebody watching here.
CQ, calling for contacts. This is Alpha 4, Whiskey X-Ray, live streaming on YouTube for Ham Shack TV, calling CQ and
Florida.
standing by.
Okay.
Kilo Fox, November Delta Sugar.
Kilo Fox again.
Kilo Foxtrot 0, November Delta Sugar.
Kilo Foxtrot 0, November Delta Sierra. Dennis, Minnesota, QSL. Roger. Got you 5 and 9 here in East Tennessee. And name on this end is Josh. Juliet Oscar Sierra Hotel. Live streaming on YouTube, Ham Shack TV there, over.
Roger. I have you 5.9 plus up here in the northern Minnesota in the cold weather. And I just come across and heard you talking, so figured I'd answer back.
Hey, I appreciate that. I appreciate your work coming back to me. It's always good to just randomly talk to people and see who's all out there, and we're enjoying it. I've got several on the live stream here chatting back and forth and all that. So if you've got the YouTube, go check it out. You'll be able to hear yourself there.
Roger. Yeah, I just listened to it for a little bit there, just checking it out. I guess never heard you before out there, so yeah, I'll have to watch a little bit, see what it's like.
All righty, my friend. Well, I've got you in the log here and look forward to possibly working you another time. We'll say 7-3 and wish you all the best DX in 2025 there. Kilo Fox 0, November Delta Sierra. This is Alpha 4, Whiskey X-Ray. Oops. Put him in the log. Didn't mean to do that. QRZ for Ham Shack TV. This is Alpha 4, Whiskey X-Ray, live streaming on YouTube, Ham Shack TV. Calling QRZ, Alpha 4, Whiskey X-Ray. Calling in from Florida.
Alpha 4, Whiskey X-Ray,
Pontica,
live
Florida.
streaming
I'm probably
on YouTube,
mispronouncing that.
Ham
Sorry
Shack
about that.
TV.
We've heard Florida tonight.
Calling for contacts. This is Alpha 4, Whiskey X-Ray,
Let's see where
live
it is.
streaming on YouTube for Ham Shack TV, calling CQ and standing by.
Yeah, KF4OM.
CQ, Alpha
Been a
4,
little while.
Whiskey X-Ray, live streaming on YouTube as Ham Shack TV. CQ, calling for contacts. This is Alpha 4, Whiskey X-Ray, live streaming on YouTube for Ham Shack TV, calling CQ and standing by. CQ, Alpha 4, Whiskey X-Ray, live streaming on YouTube, has Ham Shack TV. CQ, calling for contacts. This is Alpha 4, Whiskey X-Ray, live streaming on YouTube for Ham Shack TV, calling CQ and standing by. CQ, Alpha 4, Whiskey X-Ray, live streaming on YouTube, has Ham Shack TV. CQ, calling for contacts. This is Alpha 4, Whiskey X-Ray, live streaming on YouTube for Ham Shack TV, calling CQ and standing by. CQ, Alpha 4, Whiskey X-Ray, live streaming on YouTube, has Ham Shack TV. CQ, calling for contacts. This is Alpha 4, Whiskey X-Ray, live streaming on YouTube for Ham Shack TV, calling CQ and standing by. CQ, Alpha 4, Whiskey X-Ray, live streaming on YouTube, has Ham Shack TV. CQ, calling for contacts. This is Alpha 4, Whiskey X-Ray, live streaming on YouTube for Ham Shack TV, calling CQ and standing by. CQ, Alpha 4, Whiskey X-Ray, live streaming on YouTube, has Ham Shack TV. CQ, calling for contacts. This is Alpha 4, Whiskey X-Ray, live streaming on YouTube for Ham Shack TV, calling CQ and standing by. CQ, Alpha 4, Whiskey X-Ray, live streaming on YouTube, has Ham Shack TV. CQ, calling for contacts. This is Alpha 4, Whiskey X-Ray, live streaming on YouTube for Ham Shack TV, calling CQ and standing by. CQ, Alpha 4, Whiskey X-Ray, live streaming on YouTube, has Ham Shack TV. CQ, calling for contacts. This is Alpha 4, Whiskey X-Ray, live streaming on YouTube for Ham Shack TV, calling CQ and standing by. CQ, Alpha 4, Whiskey X-Ray, live streaming on YouTube, has Ham Shack TV. CQ, calling for contacts. This is Alpha 4, Whiskey X-Ray, live streaming on YouTube for Ham Shack TV, calling CQ and standing by. CQ, Alpha 4, Whiskey X-Ray, live streaming on YouTube, has Ham Shack TV. CQ,
who else is out in the chat?
Contacts. This is Alpha
Chat got a little
4,
busy and then it's
Whiskey
gotten quiet
X-Ray,
again.
live streaming on YouTube for Ham Shack TV, calling CQ and standing by.
I tell you what, folks, I'm just looking at this waterfall here.
Alpha 4, Whiskey X-Ray, live streaming on YouTube, has Ham Shack TV. CQ, calling for contacts. This is Alpha 4, Whiskey X-Ray, live streaming on YouTube for Ham Shack TV, calling CQ and standing by.
It's a dead stick. There ain't hardly anything going on 40 meters.
CQ, Alpha 4, Whiskey X-Ray, live streaming on YouTube, has Ham Shack TV.
Sorry for the shade.
CQ, calling for contacts. This is Alpha 4, Whiskey X-Ray, live streaming on YouTube for Ham Shack TV, calling CQ and standing by. CQ, Alpha 4, Whiskey X-Ray, live streaming on YouTube, has Ham Shack TV. CQ, calling for contacts. This is Alpha 4, Whiskey X-Ray, live streaming on YouTube for Ham Shack TV, calling CQ and standing by.
Again, folks, if you're just tuning in, Gave it all the beans, man. Another band, another time. Keep up the good work. Plus one sub. Thank you. Appreciate your sub.
Ham Shack TV.
Helps every bit. Every little substitution helps, or subscription helps. If you're not subscribed, you need to subscribe. Down below me, right down below, you see a subscribe button. Hit it. Doesn't cost you anything. I understand not everybody can do super chats, things like that. So
Alpha 4 Whiskey X-Ray live streaming on YouTube has Ham Shack TV.
And the thumbs up help too.
CQ calling for contacts. This is Alpha 4 Whiskey X-Ray live streaming on YouTube for Ham Shack TV. Calling CQ and standing by. CQ, Alpha 4 Whiskey X-Ray live streaming on YouTube has Ham Shack TV. CQ, calling for contacts. This is Alpha 4 Whiskey X-Ray live streaming on YouTube for Ham Shack TV. Calling CQ and standing by. CQ, Alpha 4 Whiskey X-Ray live streaming on YouTube has Ham Shack TV. CQ, calling for contacts. This is Alpha 4 Whiskey X-Ray live streaming on YouTube for Ham Shack TV. Calling CQ and standing by. CQ, Alpha 4 Whiskey X-Ray live streaming on YouTube has Ham Shack TV.
The gold last for another 13 minutes
calling
or so.
For contacts. This is Alpha 4 Whiskey X-Ray.
Guys, when you get done watching this, go check out the new video we posted earlier tonight. It's top 5 innovations in 2025 in ham radio. Check it out.
CQ, Alpha 4 Whiskey X-Ray live streaming on YouTube has Ham Shack TV. CQ, calling for contacts. This is Alpha 4 Whiskey X-Ray live streaming on YouTube for Ham Shack TV. Calling CQ and standing by. CQ, Alpha 4 Whiskey X-Ray live streaming on YouTube has Ham Shack TV. CQ, calling for contacts. This is Alpha 4 Whiskey X-Ray live streaming on YouTube for Ham Shack TV. Calling CQ and standing by.
Anybody in the chat going to Huntsville or Dayton in 2025? Or got a big ham fest you plan on going to? Let me know.
CQ,
love to talk about
Alpha 4 Whiskey X-Ray live streaming on YouTube has Ham Shack TV. CQ, calling for contacts. This is Alpha 4 Whiskey X-Ray live streaming on YouTube for Ham Shack TV. Calling CQ and standing by.
Well, we might get somebody's tuning up right on top of it.
CQ, Alpha 4 Whiskey X-Ray live streaming on YouTube has Ham Shack TV. CQ, calling for contacts. This is Alpha 4 Whiskey X-Ray live streaming on YouTube for Ham Shack TV. Calling CQ and standing by. CQ, Alpha 4 Whiskey X-Ray live streaming on YouTube has Ham Shack TV. CQ, calling for contacts. This is Alpha 4 Whiskey X-Ray live streaming on YouTube for Ham Shack TV. Calling CQ and standing by.
Not great. It's hit and miss,
CQ, Alpha 4 Whiskey X-Ray live streaming on YouTube has Ham Shack TV. CQ, calling for contacts. This is Alpha 4 Whiskey X-Ray live streaming on YouTube for Ham Shack TV.
I'm going to tell you right now, folks, if you don't know, Wi-Fi repeaters are garbage, complete garbage. I took over our church's
Alpha 4 Whiskey X-Ray
IT
live
operation.
streaming on YouTube has Ham Shack TV.
But I oversee it. I know how all the technology is put together.
This is Alpha 4 Whiskey X-Ray
that off to
live streaming on YouTube for Ham Shack TV. Calling CQ and standing by.
Ran across a bunch of AT&T Wi-Fi repeaters that just did not work. So I knew that was not an option that I wanted to contend with. And
CQ, Alpha 4, Whiskey X-Ray. Live streaming on YouTube has Ham Shack TV.
Talk to a buddy of mine who's a software
calling
engineer.
for contacts. This is Alpha 4, Whiskey X-Ray. Live streaming on YouTube for Ham Shack TV. Calling CQ and
TP-Link mesh situations. Then I got to thinking about it.
CQ.
If I was to relocate the modem, which I have AT&T fiber, if I was to relocate the modem into my office instead of my bedroom's back here.
Alpha 4, Whiskey X-Ray.
This is in the center part of the house. So instead of an exterior facing wall, why don't I relocate that modem in here? So I did. And it's sitting on my desk right here. You can see I was just
CQ, Alpha 4, Whiskey X-Ray. Live streaming on
sure enough,
YouTube.
it doesn't seem
Ham Shack TV.
It seems like it's really solved the problem.
Calling for contacts. This is Alpha 4, Whiskey X-Ray.
All this up.
Live streaming on YouTube for Ham Shack TV. Calling CQ and standing by. CQ, Alpha 4, Whiskey X-Ray. Live streaming on YouTube has Ham Shack TV. CQ, calling for
8 minutes left in the goal.
Alpha 4,
Still not a
X-Ray.
single super chat.
Live streaming on YouTube for Ham
Remember,
Shack TV.
if you're just joining us,
CQ and
if I get 5 super chats, I will gift 5 channel memberships to 5 random people in the audience.
CQ, Alpha 4, Whiskey X-Ray. Live streaming on YouTube has Ham Shack TV. CQ.
Don't know what a channel membership does? Check out the join button down below next to the subscribe button.
Live streaming on YouTube.
That'll show you all kinds of different things.
Calling CQ and
you get all kinds of perks for the different tiers of memberships.
CQ,
I'm about to give
Alpha
up
4,
on
Whiskey
HF,
X-Ray.
y'all.
Live streaming on YouTube has Ham Shack TV. CQ, calling for contacts. This is Alpha 4, Whiskey X-Ray. Live streaming on YouTube for Ham Shack TV. Calling CQ and standing by. CQ, Alpha 4, Whiskey X-Ray. Live streaming on YouTube has Ham Shack TV. CQ, calling for contacts. This is Alpha 4, Whiskey X-Ray. Live streaming on YouTube for Ham Shack TV. Calling CQ and standing by.
So tell me, chat, what are you into? What kind of videos would you like to see me make?
CQ, Alpha 4, Whiskey X-Ray.
I don't have a budget to go buy every HF radio on the market and just test them.
CQ, calling for contacts.
What kind of content would you like to see on this channel?
X-Ray. Live streaming on YouTube for Ham Shack TV. Calling CQ
hear y'all's
and standing
input.
by. CQ, Alpha 4, Whiskey X-Ray. Live streaming on YouTube has Ham Shack TV. CQ, calling for contacts. This is Alpha 4, Whiskey X-Ray. Live streaming on YouTube for Ham Shack TV. Calling CQ and standing by.
Nobody wants to talk to you. Nobody wants...
CQ, Alpha...
And we don't make contact with people like that. They don't use a call sign. We don't make contact. That's breaking FCC rules, right? That's a lid. That's a sad ham.
For contacts, this is Alpha 4, Whiskey X-Ray. Live streaming on YouTube for Ham Shack TV. Calling CQ and standing by.
Sometimes I have to hold back my aggression.
Alpha 4, Whiskey X-Ray.
You saw me. I grabbed this mic. I almost keyed up and said,
CQ, calling for contact.
You have a call sign?
Alpha 4, Whiskey X-Ray. Live streaming on YouTube for Ham Shack TV. Calling CQ and standing by.
And if you're watching in the chat, thank you. Appreciate you watching.
CQ.
Appreciate you watching my videos.
Alpha 4, Whiskey X-Ray. Live
and I'm sorry I called you sad ham, but if that's the way you're going to act on amateur radio, we don't need you in the hobby. Thank you. But appreciate you watching the
Alpha 4, Whiskey X-Ray. Live streaming on YouTube for Ham Shack TV. Calling CQ and standing by. CQ, Alpha 4, Whiskey X-ray.
I don't know why people are brave.
Ham Shack TV.
You know,
CQ.
I have a big issue with that
this
now.
This is Alpha 4, Whiskey X-ray. Live streaming on
I administer
YouTube for Ham Shack TV.
a community group on Facebook. I've done other business pages and things like that in the past. You know what?
CQ.
I'll do this one more time and then we'll
4,
cut the HF off.
Streaming on YouTube.
We haven't had contact in a long time.
CQ.
People are so freaking brave behind a keyboard.
Live streaming on YouTube.
People wouldn't dare say anything like that to your face.
Standing by.
This is AA4WX QRT. People wouldn't dare say stuff like that to your face. No way, Jose. Wow, I'm glad I cut that off before it got on there. Y'all don't want to know what I just heard, but somebody called me the N-word 3 times, and it's that same fool. Don't know what's wrong with people. Don't know what's wrong with people. But that's exactly what I was saying, is people just don't have any... They can pick up this keyboard, and they can say whatever they want. They don't care. And I'm sick of that. I'm sick of that. Why are we not treating people with decency and courtesy anymore? Why can we just say whatever we want behind a keyboard? I guarantee you, whoever that fool is that was on 40 meters just now wouldn't dare say that to my face. Wouldn't dare say that to anybody's face. It's how you get punched in the mouth really quick. You can do anything anonymously online, and that's part of the beauty of being online, and that's part of the sadness of being online. This is a YouTube channel, folks. I mean, yeah, I get some income off of it, but it's not my day job. It's not what I do all day long. It's not where I go. I'm not paying my mortgage off of this or anything like this. I do this, for one, because it's fun. That's the whole reason I started it. 2, it's for a little bit of the passive income. I'm not going to deny that. And 3 is to connect with further hams and maybe inspire some new hams. Not for bull crap like that. That's ridiculous, y'all. And if you're watching, sir, you have a good night. Appreciate that. But can we not just please start acting reasonable? Treating people with respect online. What is wrong with our country? What has happened to common courtesy, decency? I don't know. Get in the chat. Let me know what y'all think. Guys, got 1 more minute left in the goal. I don't think we're going to get there. We'll try again another night. Unless miraculously we get 5 super chats in the next minute. It's not going to happen tonight. Y'all want a quick tour of my shack before I turn it off for the night? It's a mess, so ignore the mess. But we'll give you a quick tour here. Let's see here. Oh, everything's inverted, I think. It is inverted. Interesting. This is a jumbo spot. It's always connected. Right now I've got it set up on D-Star. Comes over here and talks to my 5100. This is VHF, UHF, D-Star. Here's my it says open spot, but it's not the open spot. It's a jumbo spot. I do have an open spot down below. And this side I use for any repeater ever, that I've got programmed. It's a great little radio. I've got a production clock up there. Down here in this mix of cables, you can see my open spot sitting there. Boy, a bunch of people jumping in all of a sudden. Welcome. Appreciate you being there. This is the IC50 or IC7300. This is what we were using for HF tonight. This is my fiber, my AT&T UVerse fiber. Well, it's not UVerse, but it's AT&T fiber. I get a 1 gig connection through that. This is the head or not the head, the actual radio for the 5100. That's that radio up there. This is the actual radio itself. That's just the face of it. I've got an external speaker right here. This is the mic for the 5100, and then the mic for the 7100 lives right here. Okay. Right here is a Pyramid power supply. That's what powers the VHF UHF radio, and down below is a Senlex SEC 1235M. That's what powers the HF radio. We're running Mac Mini for the computer here. This side, keep in mind everything on the screen's inverted. This side over here is what I'm watching you guys on. I can see the chats and all that. I use a software called StreamYard. And then over here on this side, this is where my logbook is, and I've got Doppler radar up here, right here, and then my charging levels and stuff like that. Up top, you can see those Pelican cases. I have a bunch of Chromebooks in there that I use for VE testing. I do have a VE testing team. And then over there, nope, wrong side. Right next to it, you see that 3-ring binder. That is my QSL card book. And I have so many QSL cards. Most of them are FT8, don't have a lot of voice cards. I wish I had more voice cards, but frankly, I have not worked a whole lot of voice. I've been a FT8 nerd, and I'm trying to change that. And doing these streams certainly helps that. Sorry, while I refix the camera mount there. What else? Anything else? Anybody got any questions before I go to bed? And yeah, I was sorry about my rant a little while ago about the guy. I mean, that's unacceptable. Completely against the amateur code. Guy, I don't know if he has a license, but if he has a license, he ought to set that license on fire and throw it in the trash and then throw it in the commode. Because it's pointless. Billy Puckett. Hello, I from Martin County, lovely Kentucky. Okay, interesting. Hello, Billy. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you watching. But anyway, by the way, the goal has ended, so we won't be able to do the channel membership gifts tonight. However, somebody makes a large enough super chat donation while I'm still alive, I might change my mind and still do it. We'll see. But anyway, I'm just I'm a little burnt. That I expect more out of amateur radio operators than that. Is everybody familiar with the amateur code? I don't know if you are or not, but if you aren't, you're about to be. I'll share it with you. This is something I think, and in my practice, my VE team, we always give this out to new hams because it is extremely easy to get lost in the hobby. Extremely easy. So this is from the ARRL website. Check this out, and I'll take it full so y'all can see it a little better. This is the Radio Amateurs Code. How many of these is this guy capable of tonight? The radio amateur is considerate. The radio amateur never knowingly operates in such a way as to lessen the pleasure of others. Well, he didn't do that. Loyal. The radio amateur offers loyalty, encouragement, and support to other amateurs, local clubs, the IARU Radio Society in their country, through which the amateur radio in their country is represented nationally and internationally. He didn't do that. The radio amateur is progressive. They keep their station up to date. It is well built and efficient. Their operating practice is above reproach. The radio amateur is friendly, operates slowly and patiently when requested, offers friendly advice and counsel to beginners, kind assistance, cooperation, and consideration for interest of others. These are the marks of the amateur spirit. The radio amateur is balanced. Radio is a hobby, never interfering with duties owed to family, job, school, or community. And finally, the radio amateur is patriotic. The radio amateur station and skills are ready for the service of country and community. This isn't a law, y'all. This is certainly not the law. However, it's something to go by, and I take it very seriously. Very seriously. Somebody getting on 40 meters just because I'm calling CQ on one frequency when the entire band is wide open, there's nobody on there, just to call me the N-word? No, thank you. Somebody ought to take a sledgehammer to the fool's radio. That's a waste of technology, a waste of a good radio. They should. Just the way I see it. Billy's back. He says he got a GMRS license. Fantastic, Billy. If you want to get your ham radio license, I'd love to see you do that. Down in the description down below, you should see a link to Ham Radio Prep. Go check that out. HamRadioPrep.com. I have a deal with them. If you use coupon code HamShackTV, you get an extra 10% off. And basically, it's a license course for your ham radio stuff. They'll teach you what you need to know to pass the test. But there's nothing wrong with GMRS. It's a fantastic platform. I'm a GMRS licensee as well. My GMRS call sign is WSEB 693. So anyway, guys, I think you've heard enough of me rant. That just didn't sit well with me. And hopefully that profanity did not make air. If it did make air, I certainly apologize for that. So anyway, we'll go ahead and wrap it up, y'all. I appreciate everybody tuning in. This wasn't the most successful stream at all, but it was fun getting to hang out with y'all and see what's going on. Y'all don't forget, hit the subscribe button down below and the notification bell next to it. If you're not already part of the Discord, join the Discord channel. You'll see a link down below as well to do that. And we'd love to have you. Those things are quick, free, and easy. Love to have more people in the Discord, more conversations. Love to see the conversations just never end on the Discord. So, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great night, and we'll say 7-3. This is AA4WX, WSEB 693.